I'm talking about. Get this. Let me get this. All I got is this. This is what I'm talking about. I don't even think I'm gonna use the second channel no more. That's what I'm talking about right here. Like, it's not hard. It is not hard. Look, I'm already doing it. Boom. Starting off just like that. That's that. Like, you say, oh, you got all this money. You got all this money. But cannot put something out. Cannot afford a studio. Cannot afford. Like, bro, there is free apps out there like Audacity, Fruity Loop Studio Trial. You could legit download the freaking file to install Fruity Loops for a trial. Unless you got that much money, then you can get Fruity Loops. Then you can get all these stuffs down phone, and then y'all can make something out of it. But nah, it's too hard. Can't compete with me on gaming. So that's the question. And nobody can compete with me there. And on the content of gaming. But that's not even in the question if they can't compete with gaming. So that's out. So when I start making music, talking about this whole thing too, because they can't compete with me in gaming, what's the point of still doing stuff surrounded with the gaming if they have to surround themselves with people because they can't do it solo? They gotta have all these people and all these teams and CWL, CDL. Gotta do competitive matches with all these people because they lost alone. So how can they? How are they gonna try to plan a competitive thing if they lost on their own? Yeah, see, that's not happening. But let's take a look at this right here. LeBron James. Nothing like two heavyweights doing what they do best for the love of the sport. That's what I was hoping for what's it called, gaming, right? So when I did that and I streamed it, I deleted it because it was like I wasn't really doing none on the gameplay. I was just playing, and it was the 1v1. Yeah, I could have kept up the footage, but the best choice was to delete it because of how they are. Look at what they do now. And then I was Modern Warfare 2019. Not even a year later, right? I did the other 1v1 in Black Ops 3, and beat him. Now, keep in mind, these other two have the footage of the 1v1 they lost in, but they both removed it. For what reason? Make them look like a clown? Probably. So, with that other question, if they can't beat me on their own and they keep trying to do that, I don't think that works. So, that's out of the question. They can't compete in none of those areas of gaming. So, let's do music. Let's do the rap for the love of the sport, right? And it's two different people with two different lives that have probably some money. They can cook up something. They can cook up something. But now all they want to do is stir the pot and not cook nothing up. They don't want to present something. They wanna stir up the pot with no ingredients. They wanna stir up the pot with no flavor. With me over here, I'm making a whole buffet, unlimited. I got pots full of things going on, full of stews and soups and freaking ingredients and such. And then I got freaking pans with freaking all types of different foods, poultry, bread. And I got freaking over here, I got seafood. And then this area, I got freaking snacks, and then in another area I got drinks and beverages. And yet it's just too impossible. Hold on, let me show a preview of that. What's that? What's that right there? What's that right there? Oh, okay. Okay. So when it come down to it, then let's just do it for the love of the sport. I did like 10 funny tracks, outplaying them every track with just the ill shot alone. It's for the love of the sport. No hard feelings. Nothing personal. So if it's for the love of the sport, then where they at? How they still not in the booth? Drake said it to Kendrick. Drake and Kendrick got they stuff going on right now. The year started off with all this going on. Megan Thee Stallion, Eminem and Benzino, but not really. It was just Eminem, and then roasting Benzino. That's that. That was over. Megan and Nicki doing whatever they doing. And then there's other stuff going on too, like Tom McDonald and Upchurch and all that other stuff. That's another thing. And then you got freaking Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole. And J. Cole kind of just already like stepped away from that. He already apologized. He made his diss, but then he apologized and backpedaled. So I don't know if he's still in that. But Drake did say his diss was weak, so you never know. J. Cole could come back and do something there. And come back and be like, all right, you know what? All right, I'm right. I'm gonna start writing some. But nah, I don't know. But in this situation, I've been roasting this dude for years. But um, for the past couple years, I've been making a track every once in a while, just a little bit of training, because he's like a personal punching bag. He's like a little punching bag. Whenever he talks, I'd give him another hook. Now it's this a dead horse already, so it's just a punching bag. It's just a dead corpse. So, hitting the dead corpse and all. But now in the funny, I think the funniest thing was the fact that it was already like that before the ill shot. Before the ill shot was released, he was like that. So and then a dead zombie wants to start talking again. It's like give him a jab, knock his tooth out. Now, with the decaying body, with every shot that pierces through, every shot's an ill shot. And that was a joke. That was like a play on like Eminem's thing. That was a joke. That was like a parody in a way. That's why it was called ill shot. That's why it was parodying someone else's thing and not my own. Reality check, that's my own. Um, and freaking the remixes, that was whatever. I was like, it's there, but yeah, my bad. That was probably your rate. I wasn't gonna make this stream this long, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Let me see. Got a playlist. Yeah, see, so Chris Jericho to a jobber, that was my own. The first one wasn't even bait. Like it was just there, and you could say it was bait, but nothing came out of it. So I'm gonna keep doing this until we get something going. For the love of the sport. You know, and maybe it's just me that is so dedicated, inspired, motivated by music. Maybe it's just me who enjoys music that much. Maybe it's just me who likes Panic at the Disco, Offspring, Nate Wants to Battle. Maybe it's just me who enjoys music and is allowed to listen to it. Maybe it's just me. The origin of a bird brain, that's something of mine. Reality Check 3, that's someone else's, and then that was Eminem's. And 8 was his beat and song, but it was my own spin on it. And that one is less of a parody than that one's on the same level as Ill Shot. Like they're still parodies, but they're my own spin on it. And I'm not like I look at the lyrics and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a spin on that, and then there's just a lot of depths and layers that go into it. And if you can't understand the limericks, similes, metaphors, the freaking onomatopoeias, the freaking oxymorons, you can't understand all that stuff, then if you like the song, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Not all my stuff's complex. My shots are direct. I don't. There's no sneak dissing. Like if there's sneak dissing, is direct. I don't. I. It's not. It's not no sneak dissing. So I got one more that I don't even know if I want to release because it's so long, and it's just like I don't know. I don't even know. Can I play it right now? Let me see. Where's it at? People know him for gaming, but who could have guessed I knew how to rap? Trouble, your decks fail. Every PR stunt that you peasant for once work on the you say I copy him and get man you miss, so that makes you get you never get booked out. I'm texting money in college, but I'm down. People listen to this to flock and say they rockin' with. Alright, there's a little bit of a preview. I'll do that at some point in time. That one's the last one. There's still one missing. After this, it's like, okay, he already threw in the white flag as soon as I met this dude. So, like, but even before I met this dude, he threw in the white flag. So, I don't know what's making him so scared of me and stars. Which it's so weird because like his brain doesn't really like. It's like it doesn't really work or something. Because he's gonna say he's scared of stars, but then he wants to be popular more than anything. So it's like contradicting and just it don't make no sense. So I don't think he wants to be popular. I think he wants to do it for like power because he's narcissistic. He just can't accept the fact that he enjoys when people are giving him attention, like a female. But he's sociopathic. So he doesn't understand how a normal human works. So when a normal human like me tells him how life is and tries to get him, you know, shifted to reality to try to put him in reality instead of his own headspace where everything's wrong and warped and distorted and wrong and his own like perception of life. And I try to put him in the real life and being an adult and having accountability and responsibilities. He's like, nah, my parents do that. My parents all that. So yeah, so I mean at this point there's nothing else to really do in this situation. So I got one more. That's that. I mean, I just want to enjoy it for the love of the sport, but I don't think any of them in that group are doing that. And if that little Mexican Dark Mario wants to ask me to do a track for him, then I highly doubt he's gotta say anything about my music because there ain't no way that his brain could even fathom what I'm doing. So um, it's funny that he has room to talk at all when he's the one asking me to do a Eminem remix. But then the people around him are saying that I'm doing Eminem remixes, and that's a bad thing. Do they not remember the fact that this dude asked me, and he knows he did? There's probably proof of it. Probably deleted. This dude asked me to do a I'm Back remix. So no matter what, their whole little group are just gonna self-destruct anyway. Just with, just with that bird, the wannabe I don't even remember the gamer tag because it doesn't exist anymore. So for anybody to use that name of the gamer tag that isn't even being played on, kind of we'll just see. But um the fact that he's in it, the old Joshua person, the fact that he's in is alone is already like he cannot work with other people. He's too sociopathic, and anybody in his little clan or whatever realize that. But him alone, that's already bad. But putting him with the obese stam, like they just not gonna work together. It's not gonna last. Um, both of them, either one of them with other people, not gonna last. It's just not happening. They're just too child, too little. Their brains have not matured, and it's not gonna happen. But yeah. So any of them in that little group to try to do music at all, I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen at all. I mean, they've seen my ex Deadly's CGS Team Imperial, Lil Pump, Gucci Gang remix. They've seen my Halloween 2018 song, and I did it as a joke, but every time I did that to Dark Mario, I feel like he gets so offended that he came back and he's still talking. He's like a Benzino character to Eminem. Not exactly though, because at least Benzino was probably on some shit, and these people really delusional. They're literal like fucking nerd gamers, geeks, and then they think they're at that high bar of a level that is a normal human being. They're on that like nerd geeks, mentally ill, mentally terminally online, and then they think they're at this level. But there's levels that go to it. But I mean that's that. That's just the truth of it. That's just how life is. And that's what I'm here to do. To let people know how reality is, and when they can't accept my music as reality checks, then that's why they just fighting their own demons. They fighting their own self. They having their own problems, but that's that. I mean, there's nothing to really say about that. So we'll see if they do anything for the love of the sport. My kids, my children. We'll see what they do.